for me is the most derogatory, racist and misogynistic video that police officers have created here.
It was meant to be a humorous leaving video for a retiring firearms officer. But the officer happened to be Irish, and the video's been the subject of an ongoing complaint.
It's those tropes of what the Irish community have been believed to be. Two firearms officers coming up to the door of this house, pretending they're Irish and that they want to dig up the drive.
The drive is terrible with a potato, you know this? You like gangs like that?
Yeah, and then it switches to them actually trying to smash into one of the vehicles as if they're criminals.
Rebecca Callum is a former firearms officer, a poster girl for West Midlands Police. Last year she won more than £800,000 at a tribunal after exposing misogyny, discrimination and a predatory culture within the force. She believes the video, which contains scenes viewers may find offensive, is an example of that culture.
And then this is shocking. That officer with his pants down, sitting on the toilet, defecating in an Irish accent with a spade and shovel, with another officer completely naked with a little pinny on, doing the hoovering, turns around and penetrated up his rectum is a toothbrush.
West Midlands Police told us Ms Callum had made multiple complaints and that some aspects can't be progressed in accordance with complaints regulations. But she now wants to see the investigation reopened.
You know that a lot of officers will argue that it was just a leaving video. It was meant to have been done as a bit of fun. It was meant to be light-hearted.
Yeah, and you know, there is that dark humour in policing, but this isn't fun. This isn't light-hearted. This is hate crime.
Even if it was only for internal purposes and it was a leaving video for somebody who is Irish.
It's still a crime. If this was done in the public, we would be investigating this as a criminal offence.
The former detective inspector argues the video is of particular concern because it was endorsed by the very top.
I tried to ask him to treat everyone with dignity and respect.
With a starring role for the then Chief Constable Sir David Thompson on the left, along with Alex Murray, who's now a director with the National Crime Agency. Campaigners argue it sets a worrying tone for policing. The Met was recently criticised by the police watchdog, which found some officers tried to excuse racist, bullying and misogynistic social media messages as banter.
Banter has been used as an excuse for many, many years. The fact that it can happen at such a high level and across the board still in policing, despite so many promises made over the years that we are going to change, we are going to reform. You know, how many times can we come up with the same excuses?
Sir David is now retired and told us the video was previously reviewed by the Police and Crime Commissioner and no further action was deemed necessary. The PCC's office told us they investigated Sir David's role in the one video and that he was subject to a reflective practice review process.
There are some people watching who might say, well, look, you took a case against West Midlands Police, you won. Why not let it go now? Why not move on?
This was about change, positive change. This was about making sure that the officers were disciplined correctly for discriminatory behaviour.
The IOPC told us they hadn't received a referral, but given the nature of the complaint, they're now investigating with West Midlands Police.